In the heart of war-torn 15th century France, amid the chaos and destruction, there lived a young peasant girl who would change the course of history. Her name was Joan of Arc. At just 17 years old, she heard the voice of God, and when she turned 18, that voice told her it was time to take action. The English were in control of northern France, and the French king was in desperate need of help. So Joan of Arc, clad in armor, set out to lead the French troops to victory over the English. And though she'd never fought in battle before, she was fearless. Her first battle was at one of the most important cities in France, was being besieged by the English, and the French king's men were too afraid to try and lift the siege. But Joan of Arc and a few hundred soldiers marched right into the city, raising the siege and turning the tide of the battle. In a single day, she went from being an unknown peasant girl to a national hero. She'd become a symbol of hope for the French people, a divine instrument of destiny sent to save France from the English. And as she traveled around the country, more and more people came to believe that she was a saint. She led the French army to victory in 7 major battles. But power corrupts, and some impositions of power feared Joan's influence over the French king and the people. In 1430, while trying to help the French capture a town, Joan was wounded and taken prisoner by the Burgundians, a small German state that was allied with the English. They handed her over to the English, who were eager to get their hands on the famous warrior. Joan was only 19 years old when she was put on trial for heresy. She'd never had any formal training in religion, yet she was accused of claiming to be guided by God and speaking in tongues. She didn't know how to read or write, yet she was tried in a church. She was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. But the English wanted more than just her imprisonment. They wanted her dead. So they handed her over to the Bishop of Paris, and he delivered her to the executioner. On May 30th, 1431, in the market square of Rouen, Joan of Arc was burned at the stake. But even in death, her flame never died. Almost 200 years later, in 1628, she was declared a saint. Joan of Arc wasn't just a warrior. She was a legend born of faith, courage, and sacrifice. A young girl who dared to listen to the voice inside her, and in doing so, changed the course of history. Thanks for watching.